Hi, my name is Garrett Stengel with Balance Fitness. This is my friend and colleague Jess Davies, a physical therapist with Body Mechanics, who's going to be assisting me today on sharing some unilateral functional exercises that'll help to challenge your current workout program. Whether you're in the gym or you're at home, wherever you choose to do these exercises, the unilateral focus is going to help to strengthen weak areas on the body, as well as work in the core in every exercise that you do. And Jess will help make sure that we've got safe modifications for anybody who wants to try these.
We continue with our unilateral training or one limb training with upper body pull-ups today. Balancing out from a muscle standpoint what we did with one arm push-ups a week ago. So Garrett's going to show us on a suspension system. Now I know that not everybody has access to a suspension system, and we'll talk about some of those modifications later, but suspension systems are really not as expensive as you might think, run between $100 and $150, and this is just one exercise of a whole bunch that could be done on a suspension system. So Garrett, why don't you show us that movement for today? Beautiful. So where push-ups work a lot of strength on the chest or the pec muscles, pull-ups work the opposing muscle groups of the latissimus muscles, and you'll see from an arm standpoint going into biceps as well. So we get multi-joint training all the way through what we call the kinetic chain, or that upper extremity. Anytime we go to a single arm, going into that wider base, once again gives us the stability to move from. Beautiful. Anytime we train with a single arm or a single leg, if the load becomes too much, we can always move through a smaller range of motion. So if that full pull-up is not accessible, we can do partial range. And some people actually feel even more stable starting at that top position, so starting in a full pull-up position and then working some smaller movements at the top. Beautiful. The lifting part, or that concentric contraction, is important, but that eccentric lowering is just as beneficial, if not more beneficial. It's a much harder contraction to control. So we want to make sure that we use at least as much time on the descent, if not longer, as we do on that rise back up. Beautiful.
So if you don't have suspension training straps at home, or they're not available at your gym, really you're looking for a place where you've got some sort of a vertical or even angled handle that you can grab onto. It could be, I'm going to use an elliptical trainer. It could be the arm railings on a treadmill. It could be the hand railing on your stairs, any number of places. Just make sure that whatever you elect is going to be stable enough and strong enough that when you put your body weight onto it, it doesn't pull it off or it doesn't knock it over. For this particular one, I'm going to step underneath, get my feet underneath the handle, lower my body slowly and under control, and then pulling with enough force through the arm, shoulder, and upper back to get me up, keeping my core rigid, and letting my legs really go along for the ride as much as possible. They're there to help me if I need help getting up, but doing as little as possible to accomplish the goal. As far as any of the unilateral exercises that we're working on, they are tougher than doing the same bilateral movements, doing the same with both limbs. And so given that fact, somewhere in the range of 3, 4, or up to 8 repetitions may be more than enough to accomplish the challenge that you're looking for. Anywhere from 1, 2, or 3 sets for the more advanced exercisers. And I challenge you with these movements to really think about, these are difficult movements, and they're there to challenge you in your workout, which largely that's the reason we're working out, is looking for the path of greatest resistance. And this is a great place to be, though do keep in mind to modify it to your appropriate level.